America's issue: why America needs to be more diverse. In America, there's a struggle where people tend to be very uncomfortable with meeting different people. People in America tend to always be afraid to get out of their comfort zone. At this point, it feels like a normal thing to do. People self-segregate themselves and think nothing of it because sometimes it is done without realizing. There are many possible reasons why people self-segregate, but some of the most common reasons would be because of someone's different beliefs on certain topics. It has come to the point where even the government has treated people differently based on something that is uncontrollable. This needs to change immediately. People should be treated equally no matter what the situation is. As far as self-segregation goes, people should give the other side a chance before automatically judging them based on their certain interests. Considering how America self-segregates or discriminates people based on their interests, culture, beliefs, and even with things like taxes, they should start working on being more diverse and getting out of their comfort zone so they can get to know new people. America is such a big country and there are many different people living in it. People from all around the world come to live here, so it is only fair to assume that there are many different cultures celebrated here. Unfortunately, some people do not agree with any other culture besides their own. People are sometimes uncomfortable with any other person that does not share the same cultural beliefs that they do. This can either be with religion or any type of cultural activity. At this point, the problem with discrimination in the United States has already been discussed. This is a really big issue that people have yet to solve. People cannot seem to get along with their differences, and it is a very disappointing reality. When speaking on people only feeling comfortable with their own people, Morrow's article, Minority Students Clubs, Segregation or Integration, argues that college students in general self-segregate. She explains how college students self-segregate themselves by the clubs that they join and with just hanging out with certain people that they feel comfortable with. An author that would have a good connection to this would be Blonda, because he made many points where he mentions that people will purposely segregate themselves based off little disagreements. Even grown students are self-segregating themselves when it comes to being around other students. It is time to get over this problem and unite as one instead of fighting each other on things that should not even be an issue in this country. Self-segregation is such a usual thing that happens daily and it happens all around the US. It is a very common thing that people never even notice that it happens. It should not be this way though. Segregation is not a good thing at all. But sadly it happens very much, even with the smallest things possible. With teens, it seems to be more common because they tend to be closed-minded. So when people do not have the same interests that they do, it is very easy for them to just block out any other explanation that the other side has. It can be with something so simple like a favorite sports, favorite team, type of music, or even schools. With topics like that, imagine how easy it is to categorize oneself with certain groups in high school or college. When communicating how Americans are quick to judge people based on their interests, Blonda's article, "The Other Side Is Not Dumb," argues that when someone shows that they are disagreeing with another person's opinion, their first reaction is to run away. Sean Blonda expresses the fact that people in today's society do not hear out the other side because they are so biased when it comes to little things like that. Morrow's article, Minority Students Clubs, Segregation or Integration, would make a connection with this because she also argues that people in the United States segregate themselves based on things like their culture or beliefs. People need to understand that it is okay when people have different opinions, and when they want to express it, it is fine. People do not have to agree with them, but they do not need to be so biased towards it. Discrimination happens all over the place, even in the places someone never thought it would. Unfortunately, it happens in the tax systems, the place where everyone's hard-earned money goes. When taxes are paid, it is going towards the government to help with any technology and education. It is illegal to not pay taxes, and it is based off someone's income. The problem here is that rich people are getting away with not paying the right amount of taxes that they should be paying. Wealthier people are sometimes traveling to private islands just to not pay taxes, which is unfair because the people who are less fortunate do not have this type of ability to just leave the country whenever they want. This is because they spend their time working on making enough money to get by. When rich people do pay taxes, they pay such a little amount compared to what they really need to be paying, and it is unfair. When it comes to how unfair the tax system is and how rich people get treated better, Stiglitz' article, "A Tax System Stacked Against the 99%," mentions how 6 out of 10 people think the tax system is unfair. Stiglitz expresses how majority of people disagree on how the tax system is ran. An author who would agree with this statement would be Moral, because she expresses that people judge others based on the things that they cannot control. Yet nothing is done to fix it. It should be fixed because people are supposed to pay taxes. Everyone should pay the amount that they are expected to pay. One possible way to fix this is if the tax system treated everyone equally instead of belittling the people who are less fortunate. There should be no loopholes in the government. America has some flaws that can be fixed if citizens all work together as one. People who live here in the U.S. are all part of this country and need to work together to be united. Self-segregation is something people need to overcome. People need to start being more comfortable with being out of their comfort zone and meeting new people. Meeting new people is only going to help and give people new connections. Being more diverse will also give people insights on cultures that they have never experienced, which is always good, so they can see what the other side is like and not just their own. Before judging anybody on what interests they have, just listen to them and respect them for it. If people could do this simple task, it is guaranteed to make the world a better place. It will not be perfect, but it will definitely be a start.